I'm Amanda Landis, and I've been in the program 12 months and 3 weeks. I was raised by my mother. I'm my mother's only child. Between her and my dad, we ended up with 6 parents in total, all 5 of which were active duty Air Force, including my biological mother, which that's the one I lived with. She got out when she had me, but I did grow up all over the place. Then I married Air Force and went overseas and had 2 boys. They're beautiful. Had them in Okinawa, Japan. Came back in 1996. Subsequently, there was a divorce, and I don't know what else. Oh, church. My mom and I was born and raised Episcopalian, so it is much different in not theology, but action. The theology is the same. So I'm just extremely reserved when it comes to acting out in church. At 29-ish, I was dabbling in methamphetamine going through my first divorce. That completely stopped. And then in 2009, I started losing family members. And by 2011, as an only child, I lost 11 of the closest people to me. And so, including my mother and my husband. My mother was my husband's hospice nurse, so I was very close with her. So I started running from grief, and all I knew is meth made the tears stop, and so I started into that. Then I went to New Mexico and started snowballing down the hill. Then I lost the love of my life, September 9th, 2021, and we started to build a snowman. I mean, beyond anything, I was doing at least, I was IV doing at least an 8-ball a day. So then I had the opportunity, I was feeling the need to get out of Albuquerque, and Wichita Falls is what I call my home. My best friend shared her hometown with me. I have the absolute best friend any girl could ever have. And I came back here because I had a job opportunity. And I worked at that for a while, but he wasn't cooperating so much. My boss, I was the site manager for La Quinta on Marine Street. I'd already gotten him out of federal observation twice, and we were going back in. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't have my name on your hotel when the city shuts you down, and that's what's going to happen. He and I had many talks about it. So I left there. Ended up as a client at the Refuge 3 times. So then I was working. Things were much a struggle. I had my 100-pound service animal that was my life with me. And because of some things I did, I lost that job. And contemplated harming myself. Didn't because of Lucky. And so I believe the Lord started speaking to me, and my family started urging me, and I decided that my only option really was to go to the Refuge, and I wanted in the program, because if I ever knew it, I forgot it, and I don't think I ever knew it on how to handle life appropriately and to strengthen my faith. I had 2 grandfathers I was very close to, and they had very deep faith, and I felt them urging me on. And I've been so extremely blessed while being at the Refuge. I mean, blessing beyond blessing, beyond blessing to now, which this week has been a week full of blessing. So I encourage people to do it, but don't plan on a get out of jail free card, because I did 30 days while I was in the Refuge. It was actually a beautiful experience. I was able to mentor. I was able to help a couple girls learn. I knew where to go to when I started having those weak moments. And I'd ask him to help me with my legal problems, so why was I thinking I didn't have to go to jail? The only way to get rid of the warrant was to book in. So we did. But it's a great process, but it is definitely work. You're going to unpack things you thought you would never see again. The very first time, I just needed off the street. I had a 100-pound dog and had nowhere else to be. And I needed shelter and help with him. And then it looked like I was going to have a job, and that fell through. And, you know, we were on the streets, we were off the streets, we were on couches. I couldn't do it to him anymore, and I knew I couldn't do it to me anymore. And so one of my first blessings that the Lord made me work for was a foster home for my 100-pound service animal. And I didn't get to pick her, but I would have picked her had it been the person. If he wasn't right there next to me, he was in the absolute best place he could be. The difference is I knew I wasn't doing it right, and I had to figure out something. I had to figure out a way to get my feet back on the ground and support myself and Lucky, to learn and to do it right, so I didn't keep ending up in this cycle of going out and 10 days later needing to be back. I wasn't going to do that. And I knew of the program from being in there. That's kind of where I was directed. I had a lot of signs from the very beginning of getting there, even when I was doing my 10 days. I did every one of 10 days, and on my 10th day was brought into the program. So I had a lot of feeling of being pushed by my family that this is, a lot of sign that this is where I need to be. This is where I should be. Do it right this time. Well, my first address that I knew was Galatians 5:21, which of course is what I hope to project every day. I know I don't get accomplished. I'm sure I fail miserably at it most days, but that is my goal, is to accomplish the fruit of the Spirit. I also know that there is absolutely no directions in the book on how to forgive yourself, and I'm so glad that that was taught to me. It was very relieving to be able just to walk away from that, because I'm a new creation. It's just, you do have a peace. It's like I said, I spent 30 days in jail while in the program, and I was at peace with that because I knew he was with me. I knew he was helping me through this. I'd ask him to help me for my legal issues. So that was part of his helping me. It never looks like we think it's going to look like. And that's okay. You've got to be ready for that. But everything from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, even if I get frustrated or aggravated, I still have joy. I still have that peace. I've known people that have been there that have left that swore they had the peace of understanding. And I don't know how you would have that and then maybe not do what is needed to finish it. Once I got that motivated me for more. I don't ever want to let that go. For one thing, I had been asking for 10 months, please help me with all my legal issues. Well, that's one way. And when they came to get me that day, because I had a standing warrant, when they came to get me that day, I just was surprised. I wasn't expecting them there that day. I was in the middle of a class. I was pulled out of a class. So I was upset. Melissa put me in the car, and when she was there, she was like, you'll never have to do this again. And so in the car, I had my Hellfire Come to Jesus meeting with myself. And, part of that realization was there's a setback for every breakthrough. And I had been asking him to help me do this. And the only way to clear that warrant was to be booked in. So go and do what you know to do. He's with you. He's working on this problem for you. He's going to get you through it. You just go and be at peace and show them what that looks like, that you can actually do that. On top of that, I'd been asking him to show me some of my progress. Butterfly can't see her wings. This butterfly got to see him. And boy, don't ask to do that, because he will show you. He put me in with 51 women that 18 months ago would have been just me. Their thought process, their talking, their goals, the first thing they wanted to do when they got out of jail, all of it was me. And so, like I said, I got to see my wings, because that person is not somebody I want to be around. I don't want to be that person. And to be honest, on one of my phone calls, when Kristen answered the phone, I apologized to her, because she's known me the longest. And she told me that, I remember you when you came in as a client a couple years ago. Girl, you were a hot mess. And I said, no, I prefer spicy disaster. But I told her, when I had her on the phone that day, you remember this conversation, and I'm so, so sorry you ever had to deal with me in that capacity. That is not the type of person I want to be or anything that I want to represent. I'm going to the Victory House to start with. I will be staying here in Wichita Falls. I have a job. I'm going to be working the front desk at Comfort Inn, and that is exactly where I wanted to be. I wanted to be back in the hotel industry. I just had to be real cognitive of where I was at. And this one just came through as a total blessing. And I'm ever grateful to Mr. Patel, and he doesn't even know it yet. Miss Melissa. I'm her first baby girl all the way through. The day that we came in was her first day as acting director. And now I'm graduating. And I just want her to know how proud I hope I made her. I want to make her proud. But she's been my rock. And she's been with me every step of the way. Oh, all of them. Kristen, Kat Boudreau, Octavia Wright, Breezy Freeman. I mean, Chelsea. Breezy, Chelsea, and I all came in and did this all the way together. And I love you, girls. I couldn't have done it without you. And I love you. And I hope to see you on the other side. Take a deep breath. You're going to make it. It's overwhelming at first, and everybody hits a wall about halfway through. Breathe. Just breathe through it. Nobody wants to be there, but those of us that are there need to be there. And you will make it through it. And just know it's chaotic and crazy for quite a while. Find yourself a place to have a quiet moment, and you will do it. And you're going to make some beautiful sisters. You're going to meet them, and they're going to start out as friends. And before you know it, you don't want to see life without them. So you will have these beautiful relationships that will help you when you do graduate and you have a weak moment. And that's what we're all there for, each other. And hopefully that will continue when we graduate. I know that Breezy and Octavia are both staying here in town, so I don't know that they want me to call them at 3 a.m, but if I have a 3 a.m. break, problem, I know they're there, and I expect them to do the same thing at any time. I'm available to those two. Anybody else that's been in the program also, but especially those two at any time, day or night. And other than just to thank Cindy for everything she did for Lucky.